How many animals suffered or died being tested for the body and hair products you use today? Animals are used every day to test many of the products we use today. Hundreds of thousands of animals are held captive and live their entire lives in a cage where the only encounter they have with other species involve being harmed and tested. My main points are to explain the different tests animals go through and then introduce alternatives that can be used to avoid animal testing. Common tests that include animal testing are the Draves and skin irritancy test and the LD50 test, or in other words, the lethal dose 50%. So the Draves and skin irritancy tests include a substance being dripped into a rabbit's eye and smeared onto their shaved skin, and then all damages happening to the rabbit is then recorded over an interval of 2 weeks. This includes inflamed skin, ulcers, bleeding, bloody scabs, swollen eyelids, irritated and cloudy eyes, or even blindness. Evidence has shown that animal studies have variable outcomes and are generally poor predictors of human skin and eye reactions. The LD50 test is common today, and it is where groups of animals are force-fed, forced inhalation, and or skin contact. Then they keep increasing the test substance or increase the amount applied to their skin until at least half of them die. Despite its use for decades, the LD50 test hasn't been scientifically validated to confirm that the results predict the chemical effects on humans. So after hearing the test done on animals, the first thing you're probably thinking is, even though it's bad, it seems like it ensures our safety, so maybe it's okay to test on them. But the fact is that animal testing is unreliable, and honestly, the best way to test products is on actual humans. But of course, that's kind of unethical, and with the technology and new scientific inventions being created today, it's actually possible to use very effective alternative methods, which include in vitro test tube and computerized patients. So, in vitro test tube is a method that uses human cells and tissues. To have the option to use actual human cells already shows a bigger accuracy on how it actually affects humans. Because 94% of drugs that pass animal tests fail in human clinical trials. Then, in comparison, animal testing is so expensive compared to alternative. One test shows that it costs $11,500 to test on animals, whereas in vitro alternative costs $1,300. Also, the National Institute of Health spends $14 billion of its $31 billion annual budget on animal research alone. It also gives faster results than animal testing. It can provide results within 3 minutes to 4 hours, whereas animal testing often takes 2 to 4 weeks for results that might not even be accurate for humans. Next, the researchers have developed a wide range of computer models that resemble human biology and the progression of developing diseases. Studies show that these models can accurately predict the ways that new drugs will react in the human body and replace the use of animals in exploratory research and many standard drug tests. This is a very big step in the right direction, and many organizations that are fighting against animal testing promote and fund this alternative internationally. So, even though some places are starting to stop animal testing, it's not gone completely. More than 100 million animals suffer and die every year in cruel chemical, drug, food, and cosmetic tests, biology lessons, medical training exercises, and curiosity-driven medical experiments. Animal testing is not necessary, especially with all the technology being created every day. There are safer and cheaper techniques that can be done without the suffering of our animals. That's all I have for you guys today, and I hope you see how ineffective animal testing really is and be as against it as I am. Thanks, bye.